Hey, John Napolitano here with you from Top Trading Pros. How's everybody doing? Reason for this video, I just wanted to put something out there after the Fed announcement. A lot of people were asking me, how do you trade a catalyst or an event like that? To be honest with you, it's not easy because you have a binary event that you don't know what the outcome is going to be. And lately, things have been pretty sensitive around the Fed speak and around interest rates and around everything else. And we are at the end of a tightening cycle right now. It looks like the Fed is going to ease up on rates. They're either going to stop raising rates or pretty much even reverse at some point. So the language was pretty interesting. You know, they still talked about caution and data dependence and blah, blah, blah. But the bottom line is this: at Top Trading Pros, when I'm trading options and I'm teaching my students how to trade around strategies like this, you're always 9 times out of 10 better trading after the event occurs as opposed to trying to trade around the event or during the event and trying to guess what the outcome might be. So I'm going to give you guys a quick example of a really simple scalp trade that worked out really nicely yesterday after the Fed announcement and after the question and answer session. So sometimes there's the announcement at 2 p.m., which people were widely expecting them to raise rates by 25 basis points. But sometimes it's the comments afterwards, and it's the question and answer session by the reporters that causes the markets to gyrate. And that's exactly what we saw yesterday. So I'm going to jump in here and share my screen with you really quick. If you notice here, this is just the closing. As you can see, as he was speaking, it was very choppy. I'm going to pick on the NASDAQ here. And then after the announcement, the markets kind of fell apart. So really, if you would have just kind of waited until after the press conference was over and took a short position in the markets for a quick intraday scalp, that would have worked out pretty nice. The big question is, how do I know if that's the direction I should be going in? And I'm going to show you a fairly simple strategy that I use quite often. I teach my students this. So at Top Trading Pros, we have lots of different option strategies. I have this amazing boot camp coming up this Monday on May 8th. If you guys are interested in spending more time learning some of these strategies, spend 2 weeks learning my classes, learning my strategy and watching my videos. And then you could consider maybe an annual membership down the road. But basically, this is the kind of stuff I teach in my classes and in the Discord channel. We talk about this every single day. But as you can see, this is just a quick 5-minute chart of the QQQs. I'm going to keep this really simple. As you can see, I really don't have too many indicators on my chart. Again, I keep things fairly simple. But as you can see, during the whole press conference, it started at 2 p.m. right here. And as you can see, you have these long shadows going in both directions on these candlesticks here. You have basically this dark line that I have on the chart is not a moving average. I use something called VWAP, which is a strategy that I've used over time that's pretty effective. It's volume weighted average price. It's something a lot of institutionals use as kind of as their guide when they're trading. So I put it up on my charts basically to see what institutions are doing, whether they're buying or selling or what have you. It's kind of like a line in the sand, so to speak. But as you can see during the actual press conference, the algos are really in charge, no one else, just basically the robots. You have a lot of choppiness. And if you try to trade in markets like this, you're going to get chewed up no matter which direction you're pretty much going to go in here. So one of the things I look at is when something breaks VWAP. So right at the end of the press conference here, after he pretty much got off the stage and stopped the question and answer session, the last candle at that point was a closing candle below VWAP. So at that point, once you have a closing candle, not a wick, but a closing 5-minute candle below VWAP here, like here, that is to me a fairly decent indicator to go short. Now, it's not always perfect. Obviously, VWAP gets tested. It might actually break through, in which case I would get stopped out. You know, at Top Trading Pros in our classes, we talk about risk management and about position sizing and how to kind of manage losses as well. But this was actually a really cool trade. If you would have just simply took a short position in the options market For a simple, literally for a half hour, you would have been fairly profitable. We talk about what strike price to use, what expiration to choose, and something like that. For this particular example, I chose QQQ put options, and I essentially chose the at the money options, which we talk about in our classes as well. So in a simple strategy like that, in a simple half hour, I was able to generate a day's pay within basically pretty much less than a half hour. It doesn't always work out that way. It's not always perfect, but when you use these types of strategies, you don't get chewed up with the news. That's really the point of this whole video. I want to talk about how easy it is to kind of get caught up in the news and what's going on and everything else. And really the opportunity sometimes lies outside of the news. After the news already happened and that event is over, what happens is the real market kind of takes over. So obviously the market didn't really digest his comments very well. Institutions came in and decided to de-risk. And when they decide to de-risk, they break VWAP because they're all kind of piling on the sell side at once. And that's pretty much what happened. We also have earnings out of Apple coming out tonight. So that's another catalyst where I'm going to be watching, but that might be one of the reasons why a lot of parties and institutions decided to pile out at the end of the day, because there's a little bit of uncertainty. And that's perfectly fine, but you have to be able to capitalize on opportunities like that. So again, I hope this short video is helpful. I just wanted to show you a simple option strategy that allows you to profit after an event comes out instead of trying to trade or guess around a certain event. The probabilities of trades like that are a lot lower. You have a much higher probability for success if you trade after the event actually already occurred. Instead of trying to play that guessing game. So I hope this was helpful. Again, if you like these short videos, please subscribe to our channel, Top Trading Pros. Also, our new website has just been launched, toptradingpros.com, where you can check us out and sign up for our coaching calls as well as our boot camp, which is coming out this Monday. So take care, everybody. Happy trading, and please enjoy the rest of your week. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.